Can we start, Viraj?
Yes, sir. So I am starting. So, good evening, friends. Welcome once again in this lockdown period. So today we have a special seminar on ABCD of our profession. So we welcome CA Manish Baxi sir and CA TC Bafna sir, JCF Navi Mumbai president, and our co-organizer CA Virag Shah. So I request CA Virag Shah to please give a brief introduction of CA Manish Baxi sir.
Thank you, Abhishek. It's my proud privilege to introduce CA Manish Baxi sir. Sir is not required any introduction. Sir is already a very famous personality, national speaker. Still, as a formal introduction, would like to give introduction. Sir is a partner in Talati and Talati LLP Chartered Accountant. Sir is a practicing since 1991. So around more than 29 years of experience. Sir is a technical experience, strong domain knowledge in the practice area of direct taxation, international taxation, statutory and management audit, and consultancy for merger and acquisition, due diligence, forensic audit, and many more. There is a lead partner in assignment of forensic audit at Talati and Talati LLP, as the firm is empaneled with IBA Mumbai. He has an experience of the forensic audit and investigation assignment of the banks, manufacturing company, construction company, has an appeared as expert witness before the court for the report submitted. On the panel of Dena Bank, now known as the Bank of Baroda, as expert for the MSME Restructuring Committee. Sir is also a member of Taxation Committee of Align Global USA, group of independent firm of accounting having association in more than 55 countries. Sir's technical contribution as a panel faculty member of ISAB of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, New Delhi, for certificate course on concurrent audit of banks. Subject for members various topic on direct tax, union budget, statutory bank branch audit, concurrent audit, retirement financial planning, arbitration role of CA practice management at WRC regional conference, Vadodara branch, Pune, Surat, Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, Ajmer, Gandhidham, Anand, many cities. New Delhi, NIRC, Bareilly, Ghaziabad, Nasik, Bhavnagar, Jamnagar, Coimbatore, and many other professional association at various forum. Team building and working in team. Learn to say no. Goal setting, turning point, look beyond, change vision, CA career guidance, focus on deliverables, empower your inner power, many more. There is also a present paper presenter at many international conferences as well on arbitration organized by Walters and Kluwer, Netherlands, on the subject investment arbitration. Sir is association with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, New Delhi. Was chairman of Baroda branch of WRC of ICA for the year 2000 and regional council member of ICA from 2004 to 2007. Vice chairman of WRC of ICA Mumbai. For the year 2005 and 6. Served as a member expert of ICI for online query for the bank branch audit for the year 10 to 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. Sir is a serve member of editorial board of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, New Delhi for 2007-8. Member in Financial Review Group of Financial Reporting Review Board of ICI, New Delhi for the 2013-14 and 14-15. Sir also a faculty on panel of IASB, ICI New Delhi since last 6 years for the certificate course on concurrent audit of banks and arbitration. Sir is also a promoter of the International Domestic Arbitration Center India, IDSC India. It is the first of its kind international and domestic arbitration center of India. Sir is a professional association with many other institutes like Committee of Member of Direct Tax Committee, Gujarat Commerce of Industry 13-14 and 14-15. Honorable Secretary of MPC Gymkhana Polo Club at Vadodara, Honorable Secretary at Kalyanji Credit Cooperative Society, Managing Committee member of Federation of Gujarat Industries and member of Direct Tax Committee since last 3 years. At JC served as a National Treasurer of Junior Chamber of International India for 3 years. Presently, sir is an advisor and a special invitee to JCI India Mumbai, awarded as Professional Excellency Award by the Junior Chamber International USA in August 2015. Sir is also a member of Finance Committee of Baroda Cricket Association for 3 years and advising on the direct tax matter on the taxation of association. Sir has traveled many countries like USA, South Korea, Hong Kong, Thailand, Mauritius, Singapore, Dubai, Switzerland, Uganda, Taiwan, Malaysia, Paris for the professional assignment. With this brief introduction, would like to say to the sir, kindly take the charge and start the session of today's very interesting topic, new ABCD of our CA profession.
Thank you very much, Abhishek, Virag, and Bapnaji, for giving a very detailed introduction, which is as such not required to our CA fraternity. But I'm making me a presentation. My screen is now. You can see my screen now. Viraj?
You can see your screen.
Okay, fine. So
Yes,
thank
sir,
you very
we can
much.
see.
Thank you very much once again for giving me this opportunity and to interact with all of you in this COVID-19 lockdown situation. And I always tell since last 35 days that this is a challenge, but we chartered accountants are capable to convert this into an opportunity. And that's what we are doing. The new ABCD of CA profession with Vision 2025. And I am told by Abhishek and Viraj that young chartered accountants are the participant of this group. So I'm so happy that this is the subject for you, my dear friends, because the ABCD of the profession was different. ABCD of the CA profession is different, and ABCD of CA profession is absolutely going to be different in time to come, and particularly now post-COVID scenario. So this is very relevant subject chosen by the organizer, for which I would like to thank them. And starting with the subject, that why this topic? As I told you since last couple of years, the regarding role of the chartered accountant, a lot of debate, a lot of discussions are going on. Predominantly, chartered accountants are known as an auditor. Still in small town, still chartered accountants are being known as, you know, Mehtaji in English, Hindi or Gujarati word. If you agree with me, you have also have an experience. So still our role is under various discussion and debate, that really chartered accountants are only for the audit, for the taxation purpose. But no, over a period of time, our chartered accountants have started taking the lead in various facets, various field of the business per se. And as mentioned by the past president of the country, and they invited chartered accountant to become the partner in the nation building. And many of us, not many, but few of us have taken up that challenge. And so now time has come to discuss and decide that about the role of the chartered accountant. Post-COVID role of chartered accountant is going to be totally different, my dear friends. You all will agree with me. So this is the period, lockdown is the period when you have to gear up, when you have to change our vision. This is the period in which we have to learn how to work in a slowdown period. In Mumbai particularly, or in Gujarat, I am from Baroda, lockdown is not going to be opened up 100% on third. And even after opening up of lockdown, maybe in the third, there is going to be a slowdown for absolutely for the financial year 2021. So we have to start thinking out of the box. We have to change our vision. We have to start thinking differently. As far as the use of technology is concerned, as far as ABCD is concerned, today we are going to discuss more focus will be on the use of technology as far as ABCD is concerned. And I am also going to touch upon the new ABCD as far as the CA practice and profession is concerned. So today is the time where we have to learn, We have to update ourselves. This lockdown period is the golden opportunity for all of us to learn, to understand how to work from home, how to use technology, how to have the access of our own server, which is at office and we are at sitting at our home, how to have access of our client server. If we don't have the access of our client server, the entire exercise, entire technology, entire work from home setup infrastructure at your home is of no use. So today is the time, my dear friends, to learn. And if today we will learn, tomorrow we are going to lead. And that is what is the request of the even Prime Minister in last year CA Foundation Day, that he has challenged us, he has invited us to become and come out with big five from the India by 2025. And that is why the topic is today, learn new ABCD of CA, technology wise, profession wise, so that we said we can have a vision and we can have a big fifth, big five from the country, and to really we can become the partner of national building. After Abdul Kalam's invitation to us, and as per Narendra Modi, the invitation to the chartered accountant fraternity in general. Now, what is the requirement of the day? We chartered accountants are basically auditor. We chartered accountants are basically tax consultant. We chartered accountants are basically doing the indirect taxes. In our office, we do indirect tax, we do direct tax, we do audit, we do internal audit. And I am talking about we means a fairly 2 or 3 partners firm. I am not talking about from the big firm perspective. And that is what is a requirement of the day, my dear friends, that we chartered accountants have to drop the scissor and we have to pick the needle. Means we have to start focusing on a area. We have to start focusing on technology. We have to start focusing on area of our interest, area where the future lies, area where not only bread and butter, but area where the not only vanilla ice cream, but area where vanilla ice cream with cherry, with chocolate, vanilla ice cream with mango, whatever flavor you like, as per your choice. So you have to now start understanding the profession differently from the perspective of serving the profession as far as the service area of we chartered accountant firm is concerned. We can't become the master of all. We are jack of all and master of none, to be very frank with you. Many of you may disagree with me, but this is the ground reality, that we chartered accountants are at present jack of all, but we are master of none. The thing here is, unless and until we'll pick the needle, unless and until we'll start focusing on the subject. Okay, you wanted to be expertise in GST, do whatever you wanted to do, understand GST from the scratch, but your goal should be to not only become the GST compliance practice, my dear friend. The new ABCD of GST is to become a litigation expert as far as GST is concerned, where the future lies, where the need of the chartered accountant is really being felt, where there is a vacuum, where there is a lot of scope available. I am talking only one subject. Auditing, yes, auditing is our core area. Auditing is our core subject. But then now time has come for you, my dear friends, the young chartered accountants, to understand the forensic audit, understand the investigation, understand the audit of manufacturing sector per se, the auditing of the film industry, whatever subject you like, whatever area you like, whatever the practice you have right now, you can decide your course of action. I am just giving one or two some examples so that I can reach to your mind and heart. So the today time has come to learn new ABCD, because we chartered accountant, basically A stand for audit, B stand for bank audit, C stand for company audit. So mostly in our chartered accountants firm today, the major area of practice is audit. 3/4 my top line is from audit, and another 1/4 top line of my chartered accountant office is today from direct tax. That's all. That is what is CA profession all about today. ABCD of CA profession as far as today is concerned. Is it enough? That's why really we became the chartered accountant. That's why we really invested our 3-4 precious year of youthfulness to become the chartered accountant. Somewhere, somehow we missed. Somewhere, somehow we have not been able to understand the role of the chartered accountant, that what kind of bigger role the chartered accountant can play today. Chartered accountants are, can become the business partner of the client, but we are just restricting ourselves as far as the chartered accountants are concerned, from company audit to bank audit to just tax audit and return filing. That's all. No, the time has come to understand this new ABCD, come out from the old ABCD, because the future lies in the real consultancy. And so, if anyone is with me by now, by mind and heart, I request all the participants and those who are with me in my last almost 8 to 10 minutes of the initial talk, that if you have your own vision of 2025, now the time has come to look beyond. Time has come to look beyond the audit. Time has come to look beyond the tax. Time has come to look beyond the indirect tax. Time has come look beyond the direct tax. If you are practicing in direct tax, no issue. You can continue. But then the international taxation is the way of life for you young future chartered accountants. Their real crux lies. Their real the cream of the profession lies. Their real vacuum is there, and there, unfortunately, the advocates and other professionals are doing better than the chartered accountants. Be it drafting of deed and agreement is concerned. Who else than the chartered accountant can do better drafting for their own clients? Who else than the chartered accountant can represent their client before the appeal or before the tribunal, before the high court? But we chartered accountants are restricting ourselves to the just return filing and assessment. When it comes to appeal, we give it to advocates. When it comes to tribunal, no, it is not my cup of tea. It gives it to advocates. And you agree with me, my dear friend, that you are charging a lakh of rupees for the entire work, and that advocate is charging 10 lakh rupees for the one matter in the tribunal or high court. Just 1-0. Who better than you, as a chartered accountant of client, can represent your client at the tribunal level, at the high court level? So just think differently. Look beyond what you are doing today, and there is a great scope available to the chartered accountant, because unfortunately we have to come out of the old concept. We will change our vision, to change our vision to look beyond. Unfortunately, we are being taught like that. Unfortunately, our educational curriculum, I am not blaming institute, but our educational curriculum also has taught us to become the auditor. But now time has come to understand, my dear friend, this ground reality, the fact of the case, which have been taught to us in the first standard. Sun rises in the west. True or false? Yeah, absolutely true. Somebody of you may say false with some reasoning. I don't mind. That's not my point. I'm not here to give you puzzle and riddles on the kindergarten classes, I know. But sun rises in the west, which we have been brought up, and true and false. My dear friend, the time has come to understand today, as a chartered accountant, who have a vision 2025 and look beyond vision 230, that sun never rises and sun never sets. That's the fact of the case. It's only an earth grid that rotates and that makes a day and night. But we are being taught from the school that sun rises in the west, and we are continuing with that. Okay. If I'm asking Viraj to tell me your email ID, viraj@gmail.com. My dear, that's the biggest mistake which chartered accountants are also committing. There is nothing like @ the @ is mathematical signature. Viraj at Gmail. Viraj account is hosted by Gmail server at Gmail. But we chartered accountants are also committing this mistake, @ I don't know. When we are even sending our man peon for the photocopy, we said go for Xerox. There is nothing like Xerox in the world. It's a Xerox is the first photocopy machine, and we still, as a chartered accountant, are committing this kind of, the normal mistake and say, what Xerox? Let's do it. What Xerox? Give me a Xerox. Like, so my point here is to change your vision, change the perspective, change the way of life, change the looking the life, change the way of looking at the future career. And then, my dear friend, we will be able to really do something, some justice to today's topic, because today I am just going not to talk to you about the entire ABCD. I am here with a very clear objective, my dear friends, to touch your heart and mind. And if at least even one participant, I am able to open up the mind and heart of even one participant out of 107 right now, my job is done. And my dear friend, we chartered accountants are not here just to do audit. We are here for a lot of bigger job to do. A lot of bigger, the consultancy avenues are available to the chartered accountants. How many squares do you find? That's what. Change your vision. It's 16. Yes, correct. Oh no, look beyond, look beyond, look beyond. I am telling you since last 5 minutes. So now you are looking at the screen and saying 17. Some say it's at 21. Some says 25. That's what is the practice of the chartered accountant. That's what is the career of the chartered accountant. If you look at the career of the chartered accountant from the perspective we first and second generation chartered accountant have looked into, then you also will end up your career like us only. But now you have, being a 3 and 4th generation chartered accountant, basically all attendees here are basically a 4G chartered accountants. I always tell young chartered accountants as a 4G, you are a 4th generation chartered accountant. We are talking about 4G and 3G and 4G. Why not now chartered accountants have to come out with this concept of 4G, that you are all 4G chartered accountant, 4th generation chartered accountant. And so you have to think differently. You just don't look this slide with which 16 squares. It is many more. It is not even 21. It is not even 25. It is not even 26. I don't have the answer. I don't want the answer from any one of you. But the point here is, when you looked at the first time, you could say 16. Then further you just squeeze your eyes. Oh, draw down your eyebrows. Yo, 17. Oh, some 21, 25. That is what is the profession all about. Once you will start looking at the profession differently, you will have a lot of opportunity in this profession. I am telling you, think out of the box. We chartered accountants are never thinking out of the box. We chartered accountant never think simply. We chartered accountant always think, in complicated way. Life is so simple, my dear friends. We have made it complicated. If anyone's life is complicated today, if we chartered accountant are telling that our life is so complicated, we have to run after the compliances, we have to meet the deadline, and we have no time, GS compliance and TDS compliance and tax audit and return filing and all these things, our life is so complicated. I don't agree with you. Back pardon. I don't agree with you. If my life today as a practicing chartered accountant is complicated, he is me who has made it complicated. Life is so simple, like this: 1 is equal to 5, 2 is equal to 25, 5 is equal to what? 3125, right? Correct? No, 5 is equal to 1. Why can't you think so simply? Mathematically you are right that 5 is equal to 3125, 3125. But when you have been given 1 is equal to 5 and asked 5 is equal to what, say 1. Why are you making it complicated? That's what my simple request. So now, today onward, try to understand the profession differently, try to understand our area of practice differently. It's so simple. Our life is so simple. We make it complicated. Like 1 is equal to 5, make 5 is equal to 1. Don't go into 3125 always. So this is the new ABCD of the CA profession as far as the technology is concerned. As far as technology is concerned, we chartered accountants have to understand this ABCD if we really wanted to grow, if we really wanted to perform in a different way, a different platform, if we really wanted to become the partner in the nation building, if we really wanted to be one founder member of Big Five of this country as invited by the Narendra Modi last year, It's possible. Nothing is impossible. Viraj has told me team building is my subject, and I talked to the chartered accountants. I talked to the GMCS about the team building. We chartered accountants are not able to form a good team. At Talati and Talati chartered accountants, we are today also 400 plus team, some 21 partners, and some 55, 60 chartered accountants. Nothing great about it. We can't compete with Big Four. Absolutely. I'm not just advocating for my firm, we are 400 pounds. Nothing. Over a period of time, we are able to reach only at this point of time, which is not enough. If I have to become one of the big five, if I have to serve multinational companies, if I have to become the auditor of the multi-location, multidisciplinary, multinational company, then this is not enough. You have to start thinking from today, because you have to start now understanding this technology. Chartered accountant who from today onwards would be able to understand and put to use this new technology to their use, they will definitely become the winner. They will definitely be able to reach to the goal. They will definitely able to perform better than the others and will have an upper edge than the others, where A stands for artificial intelligence, B stands for blockchain, C stands for cybersecurity, and D stands for data analytics. So this is what is the future of the profession. This is what the technology available at our desktop, technology available at our doorstep. But I don't know how many of us really wanted to grab this opportunity, because the old concept of management is done away with, where our teachers and our parents used to tell that opportunity is passing to your door, opportunity will knock your door. That is the whole concept. Opportunities are not going to knock our door. Opportunities are passing through our door every day, in and day out, morning, evening, afternoon. It is up to us to grab that opportunity. Artificial intelligence, blockchain, cybersecurity, data analytics. If you don't understand today, if you're not able to put this technology to our use, if you're not able to put this technology at our own practice level, whichever we are, we will not be able to make our life simple. As I told you, it is very easy to say, but yes, how to make the life simple? Here is the solution. If one is able to use the artificial intelligence to some extent, if someone will be able to put to use the data analytics at their practice level, they will be able to really make their better future better. Artificial intelligence, my dear friends, till now we chartered accountants are one of the best analytical minds in the world, but now that's not enough. We should not just restrict ourselves to no, I am the best. Once a person, an individual have that concept that I am the best, that is the end of their success story. That is the end of their success journey rather. And their success in the journey will be from that day when he has something in mind that I am the best. I am not the best. Still there is best to come, yet to come. And it is available. So the use of artificial intelligence, my dear friends, technology enables computers to perform decision making task. Decision making task is basically chartered accountant's job, or the human individuals, intelligent individuals job. In our field, chartered accountants. But now machine learning is a very, very important concept, my dear friends. Progressively, the time has come that progressively it become better at the analysis and decision making. Human mind collaborated with the machine. If it is being done, my dear friends, we can do wonder, and we can save our time. We can perform better. We can come out with a better analytic analysis, which can be put forward before the management as a value addition when we are the internal auditor, when we are the statutory auditor, when we are the tax consultant. And then we provide the value added service, and we can grow. We can make our future better. So artificial intelligence to create the expert system, to create the system, but to create the system, you know, my dear friend, a brain is required. So that chartered accountant has, but unfortunately, that is being taken over by the IT professionals. Those who are having experience and friends at the, you know, the Tata, this Tata, they, in each and every project, one chartered accountant is there, because they know that in any of the project, a chartered accountant is the person who will come out and who will work out their costing, who will work out their maneuvers, who will work out their ultimately cost and profit of that project and everything. It is there. But unfortunately, we ourselves have not been able to understand our own importance. To implement the human intelligence in machine, that is what is important. This is the goal. This should be the goal of the artificial intelligence. I am not going to talk to you in artificial intelligence. What is artificial? That's not a subject of the day. How? What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is the job of the computer by which decision making can be made easy and faster, which ultimately and predominantly a job of human. That's what is artificial intelligence, machine learning. Okay. But the point here is to implement human intelligence in the machine. Who will put? Who will implement? We. If chartered accountant learn something basics about the technology, my dear friends, believe me, that IT guys are learning accounts debit and credit, and then they are able to make the program. Then they are able to develop the SAP at our client place. And why we can't learn the technology? That's what my point. And we have an absolute good learning attitude. We are the absolutely proven best analytical mind in the world as far as Indian chartered accountants are concerned. Now only time has come to think, rethink, and move ahead in the life. Artificial intelligence used by, you know, accounting firms. What is the use of accounting? Why I am talking about artificial intelligence? What help and what benefit I'll have if I learn artificial intelligence? How it can make my life easy? Artificial intelligence. A, digest and analyze a large volume of data, because today we are dealing with large volume of data like GST. GST compliance, if anyone is doing in this attendees, you know better than me that large volume of data available on the site, and from there we have to reconcile client data and this data from the GSTN portal, and then you have to do. And if you are not good at the data analysis, I mean the use of artificial intelligence, you are not going to do the job in time with quality. And most important thing is that machine learning. If you learn the machine, the speed is much beyond than the person of the team. If we have been able to set the program properly, and forget about anything else, let me ask you a simple question to the participant. Are we using Excel also to its even 10% level? Answer to my office and my partner level is no. I am not using even 10% of the Excel. Forget about any other program. Excel itself is a tool which can make your life easy. Excel, we are not using even 5%, 7% of that entire Excel, you know, the program. If we start using that Excel also, that is artificial intelligence, nothing else. Auditor can access the artificial intelligence tool with natural language to interpret thousands of contracts and thousands of things. If we, auditor, have the artificial intelligence tools, and when it collaborated with the natural language, my dear friend, it will interpret thousands of contracts, thousands of deeds, thousands of transactions. And when you put a keyword into it, it will come out with a particular result in front of you. And then you can analyze. Then you can use your mind, use your brain, use your experience, use your analytical skill into ultimately decision making, ultimately performing the risk assessment of the client, of the auditee. Once the data is available, data is being put to the artificial intelligence tool, and artificial intelligence tool, by using that program, you will be able to get the, like, key term, any key term you have given. Now transaction about 50,000, like transaction with the name of V, transaction with the name of M, Manish. You can come out with a number of this kind of analysis can be done, and then chartered accountant can real play their role. Fraud investigator can use artificial intelligence in detecting the fraud. I was talking about the simple audit. In audit also, if we have to come out with this kind of, the test check. So test check formula can be set by the artificial intelligence tool. And then you can come out with the various kind of reports available to you, various kind of information available at your desktop. And then you can come to the conclusion about the true and fairness, basic auditor's duty. In performing basic audit duty also, now artificial intelligence tool has to be put to use, and those who will be able to put to use it effectively will be able to make their life simple, come to the conclusion, and then tomorrow when the investigator will come to you, when you have certified the financial statement of the company, if you have certified the financial statement of the any of the entity, tomorrow we are exposed, my dear friends, in today's world to any of the investigating agency, be it our own institute, be it police department, be it CBI, be it any other department, be it EOW, ED, anything. So now the role and responsibility of chartered accountant is different, my dear friend. Why this topic? This topic is, today I am not here to threaten you, but I am given to give you the ground reality that in any of the last couple of years and 3 years, you are all sitting across the country and mainly in Mumbai. You know better than me. You are having better information than me that in last 1 year, the financial scams of the bank and whatever, even if I name, what happened? The chartered accountants are the second person to be called by the investigating agency, and they are behind the bar. Why? Because they have not been able to perform their job properly. Even though they have performed, they have not been able to keep the documentation properly, and they have not been able to have the risk assessment properly of the auditing. That is the basic reason, and that is why we have to face the music of the investigating agency without any fault. I am not involved at all in the fraud, but chartered accountant are being right now behind the bar, right from the Satyam. Satyam, and last is PMC Bank of Bombay. Our that concurrent auditors, 3, 1 lady and 2 chartered accountants behind the bar. Why? Because they have not been able to put to the use the artificial intelligence. They have not been put to use the tool available with their brain and finding out the fraud, finding out the the thing which if it is being put to use by the somebody else, it would have been found out earlier also. Nothing great about it. So artificial intelligence is an computer, is an information technology based tools available, my dear friends, various tools available. Now time has come to sit down to understand and how we can make use of artificial intelligence for the area of practice, auditing, be it transfer pricing, be it forensic audit, whatever, be it any mergers and acquisition assignment you are, anything, any due diligence you are doing, then this is the best available. Artificial intelligence can be put to use in a very effective way if you wanted to do proper due diligence and come out with a proper due diligence report to the client for the various decision making. And please, a blockchain. I talked something about the documentation just a couple of minutes back. SA 230 documentation. But my dear friends, under this different concept, blockchain concept, maybe 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the line, SA 230 will be redundant under the blockchain concept. Because in blockchain concept, there is no need of any hard documents. There is no need of physical document. Then how are we going to audit? That's my basic question to me, to you. Because we chartered accountants are used to have the physical verification of voucher, physical verification of bank statement, physical verification of stock. That is what the auditing I am being taught, and I am doing since last 29 years. But now the time has come to understand this new concept of blockchain. Today or tomorrow, Indian incorporates or the foreign multinational companies, those who are coming to India and looking at we chartered accountant to serve them, rather than to Big Four, to be very frank with you, because Big Four has their own set skill, have their own the advantage, have own disadvantage, and Indian chartered accountants have their own advantage, disadvantage. I am not into that, but nowadays the multinational companies, those who are into the India, are and have started looking at the Indian chartered accountants to perform their basic compliance, their basic auditing of the Indian entity. But since we are not ready, they have no option but to go to the Big Four. And then we are blaming Big Four. That Big Four has taken away my client. But I am not ready. I have not understood the concept of blockchain. So how I will be able to do the audit in the blockchain concept when that multinational company having now office in India, having set up a factory in India, is working under blockchain concept. So that's why we have to understand this new ABCD of the technology of the profession, future profession, blockchain. And my dear friends, any of you know, I don't know, somebody of you must have also attended that executive course of the blockchain of the ICAI, our own mother institute. 5 days course is being already launched, and some 3-4 batches have already been done completed by now by the institute. At Mumbai, one was at Delhi, one was at Hyderabad. I don't know how many such batches have been completed. But the point is that institute is also serious. Are we serious? Chain is the concept of asset and record maintenance. This blockchain maintains the records, maintain the transactions, and maintain the records of the asset. Most important thing here is the block. Under the blockchain, any of the details of the asset or any of the records of the transactions, once it is being mentioned, it is immutable, cannot be deleted, cannot be altered, and even if it is done, everybody can know that who has done it. It is decentralized network. It is having global reach. It is consensus based secured network, my dear friends. Consensus based, consensus of every block owner is required. Consensus based, secured, decentralized, public and private database. Blockchain is what? Nothing, but it is consensus based, secured and decentralized public and private database. It stores information immutably, peer-to-peer network, and so there is no need of any server. It stores information immutably. When the first block is generated, it is a Genesis block, and then anyone by solving the mathematical puzzle can add the block. Now the role of the chartered accountant, ABCD, why can't we also start understanding this concept of blockchain and learn something about this computer, the programming language, and we are the person who can solve this mathematical puzzle better than anyone else in the world. It is not the job of the IT professionals only. This is the job, my dear friends. If anyone can start venturing into this, I am sure that within shortest period of time, maybe 6 months, 3 months, 3 months, 6 months, or maybe let us by 1 year, we'll be able to, now create their own blocks. And for creating own block, you will get the Bitcoin also. It's remunerative also. It's nothing like free. If you create the any of the block by solving the mathematical puzzle, you will be the owner of that block. You will be somebody else will be owner of that block, and you will pay. They will pay you something like 12, 15 Bitcoin. When we are talking about the blockchain, the most important and the known information to everyone is that Bitcoin. Bitcoin is operating through blockchain concept, on the blockchain concept. And tomorrow, the clients, multinational firms, accounting, records, asset, everything will be in blockchain. And so that point of time, We are just wanted to become the silent spectator and to see what is happening in the world. And when my client will be moving to blockchain, and if I'm not having understanding of blockchain, client will say, thank you very much, Manish bhai, for serving us for 20 years, 25 years. But now we are moving away. We are moving out and going to different firm because we are into blockchain, and unfortunately, you don't have that expertise to understand our records keeping on the blockchain. This is going to happen, my dear friends, in 2024, 2025, if not 22. That's what the topic of the day, that ABCD of professor. Any change or tempered block is easily detected. I told you, blockchain is a concept fully secured, immutable. Any change or tempered block is easily detectable. Blockchain is a concept, and the block is not destroyable even by the developer. By solving the mathematical puzzle, if I develop the block, I give it to somebody and somebody will give me 15 Bitcoin. It's a huge amount. Not good amount, not huge, but good remunerative amount. Looking to our own fee of the tax audit and company audit and the compliance practice. Very good remunerative compared to that. But tomorrow I cannot destroy that block which I have developed. No way. So very secure, very immutable. Now, blockchain, my dear friends, are connected with each other via hashing, via digital signature. So they are connected with each other. It is spread over a peer-to-peer network. Matlab, there is no central network. There is no body. Each block of blockchain has a complete ledger of debit and credit of each digital transaction. Each and every transaction happening. We'll come to this next slide. But point here is each block of blockchain has a complete ledger of debit and credit of each digital transaction. They are connected with each other. So that is why it is called chain, blockchain. Any transaction done by any block of the concerned blockchain gets reflected in each block of that blockchain. That's the concept. And it can verify and it can approve the transaction. Two types of blockchains are available, public and private, just for the information. That's not the topic of the day. But the important point here as a chartered accountant, those who are really by now have I am able to generate some interest in their mind and heart. This is the, my dear friend, use of the blockchain by the accounting firm. To use smart contracts implementation for clients. For clients in banking and finance, for clients in supply chain management, for the clients in medical testing. In Bangalore, medical testing, the sample testing is being done at the Bangalore of some New York hospital. Being tested there, the testing is being done here, reports have been generated here, being sent here. This is what blockchain. It's all working under blockchain. Are we capable to understand this flow of the transaction? Because today, basically, it is operating for the supply chain management. But now, foreign companies have started maintaining their financial records, the transactions also into blockchain. And so I am requesting everyone to understand this B of the new ABCD of this chartered accountant profession, that blockchain is going to be the platform. Is not only, yes, in India, country like India, the tally is going to be there. In country like India, SAP platform going to be there. But those who are thinking big, those who wanted to serve the multinational, those who are comfortable with Maruti product, forgive me, this is not the topic for you. I may be little blunt. This is just one more session organized by Viraj and Abhishek, and we are enjoying this session sitting in our home and just getting something and passing the time, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Because those who are comfortable with Maruti product, Maruti car, Baleno, this is not topic for you. This is a topic who have some inclination to have the proud honor of Mercedes in time to come. That is what is the concept. That is what my request to everyone. Just I am diverting from the topic because blockchain. Otherwise, subject is very dry. It is not that technical discussion is going on, but trying to just impress upon you, trying to reach your mind and heart, my dear friends, that this is the concept we have to understand. Client who are into the multinational company, FMCG company, if you are tomorrow going to be the auditor of the DMart, Big Bazaar, you wanted to become the auditor of Big Bazaar? You don't want to become auditor of the pensions? Yeah, they are now started working in blockchain, and there, my dear friends, they keep their records management, they keep the supply chain management, their invoice, their receipts, and their vendor payment. Everything is under that blockchain concept, and we as a chartered accountant have to verify its trueness, its fairness, its correctness as an internal auditor, as a statutory auditor, and we have to give them the certification of the true and fairness. That is what is my role as a chartered accountant when my client is operating in blockchain. Banking and finance, KYC is the biggest threat, and because of non adherence of KYC, the RBI is imposing Cobra Post penalty. And in last couple of months, before couple of months, they have imposed a huge penalty of some 2 crore and 5 crore on various banks, except few banks. That was the news, and that is the fact of the case. Why? Because they have not complied with the KYC norm. Now they have started verifying and compliance of the KYC on this platform, so that cross business e-KYC solutions have also started coming. And my dear friend, that is what the concept of the blockchain, that blockchain is the concept with which the multinational company and even Indian companies having multi-location, multi-product are started operating. And we as a chartered accountant have to understand, okay, the time will come when institute also will come out with new SA 230 under blockchain concept. In SA, we talked about the permanent file and current file and maintenance of records and these and that, but now under the blockchain concept, a new SA 230 also will come. But now you take the lead, we take the lead to draft new SA 230 for the institute under the blockchain environment. That is what the subject of the day, that come out with a new ABCD of the chartered accountant profession. Cyber security, forget about the future, forget about the growth, forget about the Maruti and Mercedes, but really chartered accountants, those who are into the practice today, my dear friends, or those who are into the industry today, this cyber security is one of the most important threat. And cyber security is an important and relevant aspect of the accounting profession, because the data with which we deal, data with which we carry chartered accountant across the table, as an industry, as a members in practice or members in industry, both way, we carry the very sensitive data. Are we verifying, are we checking that whether a proper cyber security is in place at the client's place or at my office place, at my office, whether my office server is having a proper security, where my the client's place, client server, all terminals, all other information technology units are properly secured, cyber security is there. Those who have done ISA will understand me better way. So what is the role of the chartered accountant? GRC, governance, risk and compliance, needs to be ensured by the accounting profession. We chartered accountants and accounting professional are basically serving to our clients as far as good governance is concerned. As an auditor, ensure the good governance. Yeah, we have to analyze the risk and give them the solution to mitigate the risk. And as I told you in the beginning, that compliance is my main practice. Today's chartered accountant is to compliance practice. So forget about the future, forget about the growth, forget about the multinational company, what we have talked about. This is a requirement of the day, my dear friends. And this is the C of ABCD, which you must, everyone must understand and implement. And during lockdown period itself, you have to start understanding this and putting in practice the new cyber security at our own offices. New cyber security at our client's place is there or not post COVID. Software and hardware at the chartered accountant office as well as client place are exposed to various cyber threats. Apart from accounting standard, Ind standards on auditing, other traditional audit tool and techniques. This is the most important tool and techniques chartered accountant have to have. Cyber security in place or not, and ISA. Chartered accountant, those who have done the information system audit, yes, they are much more qualified than me, much more knowledgeable than me to ensure that cyber security is at place at the client place. That is what is now duty of all of us. I cannot say no, I am just chartered accountant, I have not done ISA, so I don't know. No, that answer cannot be accepted by the any of the investigating agency. When investigating agency will call you for any of the non-compliance, any of the fraud, any of the financial irregularity at your client place tomorrow. So these are the cyber threats: phishing, device compromise. Device compromise is the biggest threat. We even in our offices also, chartered accountant, for the cost control, for the saving of the cost, do not have the licensed version, and so we compromise on the device. That's not a desirable thing, my dear friend. Cyber security has to be in place in our offices, at our client place. Man in the middle attack. If we are really some having good understanding of the information technology, then we'll understand that man in the middle attack, that when there is a communication between A and B, man in the middle attack will hack your account. He will send your mail to the B as a, and then get the information, get the fund transfer, like which was happening and rather happened in the bank also. You must have read in the newspaper, it was very public, that in one of the good large size bank and fairly large size company was almost 20-25 kilometers away from the in the GIDC area and the industrial area, and bank was just 20-25 kilometers away. So every day 1 o'clock 1:30 person used to go with the written request duly signed by the authorized person for the RTGS. But previous to that, by 10:30-11, from the CFO's desk, CFO's email ID used to send a mail, CFO, to the bank with 1, 2, 3 requests, A, B, C, 15 lakhs, 25 lakhs, 1 crore, RTGS. Request used to go from that company to the bank every day, and 1:30, 1 o'clock, person used to go from the company and deliver that physical request. That is what is important. As a documenter, as an auditor, we know. Now, man in the middle attack, the person who was expert in the IT, somebody has started understanding this mechanism, and then he, one point of time, one bad day, when he saw that there is no mail from A to B on the transfer of the fund RTGS, at 11:10 he sent the mail to the bank from his ID. They transfer to the XYZ, 50 lakhs, 40 lakhs, 20 lakhs, something like 1 crore and some 20 lakhs, 3 different names, and bank have transferred. 1:30, 2 o'clock, person did not came from the bank, and then person called to the company account department. अरे भैया आपका वो RTGS का request आज आया नहीं. What RTGS you are talking about? Today we have no RTGS. Don't tell me. I am calling from this bank. अरे सर यस बताइए सर, आज हमने कोई RTGS नहीं किया है. My God, everybody was then has to leave from there. They sit, have to discuss, inform to cybercrime, and within a day the cybercrime department have got that person from some another 200-300 kilometer away, sitting from that particular place. See, this is man in the middle attack. तो कौन सा साइबर सिक्योरिटी का कॉन्सेप्ट यहाँ होना चाहिए, मैन इन द मिडल अटैक कैसे ट्रैक करना है? Yes, person having the ISA qualification can understand, and we as a chartered accountant can also, with some basic understanding, can do some basic checks and definitely give value addition to the clients. A spoofing attack, social engineering, a social mail will come to the many chartered accountant, many of you, many of the client. but all these mails are coming through a very unauthorized and unreliable persons. So we have to understand that sanctity of the mail, authenticity of the mail has to be checked. Accounting firms, what we can do? What is my role and responsibility from today to mitigate this cyber threat and cyber risk? Is to review IT policy. We said, no, this is not within my scope. I am the internal auditor. I am the statutory auditor, but I have to certify the financial statement. So this is not within my scope. Why should I check? This is the concept with which we, old generation chartered accountants, are having our own ABCD. But new generation chartered accountants, my dear friend, you should not live away without review of the IT policy when the entire accounting is being on the IT platform. Right? You have to review their IT policy. You have to review their cyber security training is being happening in the client place to the department, IT department, access control. Who has the access? Who has this supervisory password? Who has the the password by which after end of the day the accounts can be opened, the systems can be opened, the entry can be edited. Password control. Password control is also very important. List privilege, that is applicable to me when my client has sent me the full access. I have to ensure that list access, this privilege should be given to the team member. Each and every team member in my office should not have the access of the entire SEP of the client, entire the maybe this maybe council member, sorry, yeah. So maybe the list privilege technique, that is how to which member of my team how much privilege is to be given, that I have to decide, my dear friend. Sound secure system is there or not. So these are the various basic checks. If being implemented by we as a chartered accountant, will come to know that cyber security is in place. And once the proper cyber security is in place, my dear friends, we can definitely do some value addition to our client. This is most important. Data analytics, A, B, and C. What we are talking about is about data and data. Now, data dump is there, data volume is very large, data sensitivity is large, data security, cyber security we have talked about. But having available to us this data which is secured, artificial intelligence have been used, the blockchain, so you've been able to now have the data. But data analytics is the most important. Data analytics tool are required to be understood and implemented by the chartered accountants at each and every level of the chartered accountant practice. It's very important and relevant aspect as accounting professionals are dealing with big volume of data, which is beyond the control of the manual analysis. Manual analysis, if being done, it will take number of years. In this lockdown period also, many of the large companies, large Indian companies, have come out with their results, have publish their results. How and why? With this ABCD. Company and the chartered accountants both are well versed and rather have implemented and rather have started working with this new ABCD, and that is why big companies have been able to declare their results in this lockdown period also, and that too maybe in 15-20 days. आपको पता है कि 14 15 14 तक तो फर्स्ट लॉकडाउन था, उसके पहले तो I think very fairly large size companies results have been started publishing with notes to the account. Yes, no issues. You can keep your notes to the account. They have given their notes as per their understanding, their experience on the valuation of the inventory, on the recovery of the debtors, on the going concern of the basic going concern of the entity. Various companies have given a various types of notes. What point here is they have been able to finalize their accounts and published on 10th of this April under lockdown. Lockdown was 26. So that is how, my dear friend, we have to now understand this the profession. The data is very large, terabytes volume data is available. How we can sort out? So the challenge before the chartered accountant, my dear friends, I'm telling you since beginning, the chartered accountants are the community, are the person across the world, proven and accepted by the world over, that we Indian chartered accountant having a great analytical skills. I am repeating, I maybe for third, fourth time, I don't know. But challenge to me is now mine the data. How to mine the data, how to sort out the data, how to arrange the data. Once data is being properly mined, one data is being properly arranged, I have the expert knowledge, expert understanding of analysis of data to arrive at the result where data analytics comes into play. This is what is my role and responsibility. Data analytics involve collecting data from the different sources, process it, becomes available to analyst, so useful result is deliverable to the accounting firm. Data analytics, various tools are available, various techniques are available. Those who have done forensic audit and those who are in forensic practice will come to know that Benford's law technique, by way of the probability, by way of the Lewin's algorithm. Lewin's algorithm, very simple technique, but having known, now time has come to implement it. That data analysis, data is available to you now. You have been able to now artificial intelligence is put to use. You know the blockchain, there is cyber security, so you have the data. So now data analytics tool has to be implemented. Data techniques have to be implemented, tools and techniques. Techniques are very important. That Lewin's algorithm has to be applied. So you can understand that whether credit card number is correct or not. It's a technique to know whether a credit card number available given to you and mentioned in the particular the transaction by the companies where the frauds are happening, where siphoning of funds are there. You come to know that by the Lewin's algorithm. You can come to know. Apart from, there is a same technique you can apply. Same, very simple technique. No much the tool is required. It's analysis technique. Tools are now known to you. Wherever required, you apply the tool. Wherever techniques are required to apply, you apply this technique. Of same. Very simple. Same. Related party transaction. I wanted to ensure about related party transaction. Once I am ensured about that there is a no related party transaction, I can certify about the true and fairness. Once having known about the related party transactions, my dear friends, I have to see that it is arm's length price or not. That comes to later. But whether related party transactions are there, no company is going to give you ready platter. It is up to you to find out the this thing, and which is available from the same technique, same address, same phone number, same this thing, and then you go into detail. Same techniques. The same technique is very easy to understand, very easy to implement in our even day-to-day audit also. That's why I have taken up this. So what is most important is to know the volume of data. Once you know the volume, once you know the velocity, variety, veracity, and value, you can analyze it properly. Types of analysis: descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, analytical, perspective analysis. You can do various kind of analysis, because the accountant use of data analytics is for financial management. For financial management, for risk management, for fraud detection, data analytics is playing a very major important role. My dear friends, believe me, data is the future. Ones who will understand the data today, ones who will understand how the data is going to flow, how data is being flown, how data is being stored, how data is being processed, how data is being secured. If this is being known, my dear friend, not so simple, but that's what is ABCD. Through various A, B, and CD, it is ultimately data. And data, if being properly understood, properly known, properly mined, properly analyzed, you can come out with a tremendous kind of value addition to the clients, tremendous kind of value addition to the clients in terms of the bit any assignment in income tax, also in transfer pricing, what you have to do, you have to come out with the internal cup and external cup, so you have to have the comparison, and that point of time comparative data is available. Comparables, yeah, these are the comparables, and then if you can prove to your assessing officer, transfer TPO, you are the winner. Ultimately, the entire thing which we are discussing is almost 1 hour and 10 minutes is to become the winner. Whatever service we are providing has to be appreciated. Whatever service we provide, ultimately we have to win, and for which we know how to hit the six at the last ball. That's what. Even if you have to hit the six at the last ball and win the game, you have to win, nothing else. And that's what. If you know this ABCD, you can really now ABCD. I have just given you some bullet point about this, but otherwise, for the A, artificial intelligence, there is a 6-month course going on. B, blockchain institute is just coming out executive 5 days course, but it is not 5 days course. Cyber security is altogether different subject, by which 2 years you can take to understand the cyber security. And data analytics, this tool is concerned, again maybe 1 year 2 year you may take, but just having broad understanding of the ABCD, also we can start now venturing into the A, venturing into B, venturing into C. If that is being done, my dear friend, you can come out with your own new area of service rather than audit and income tax. Because if you are not good at the data, you cannot become the good fraud detection and investigation auditor. If you are not good at data analysis, if you are not good at data mining, you cannot come out with TP study report, which I have just referred. TP study report comparables आप देंगे तब आप ट्रांसफर प्राइसिंग का बात आगे कर सकते हैं. Insolvency professional, many of you might be IP. So for you will understand me. IP, you have to come out with a resolution plan, and for resolution plan you need data. You need to mine the data. You need to analyze the data, and then you have to put forward before the committee and before the NCLT, and your plan will be accepted. Like Manoran, TN Manoran did for the Satyam, for which he got the award also. We are proud of him. Like that. So virtual CFO is the future of the profession. Virtual CFO practice, if anyone has to start, anyone has to venture into, then you need to learn ABCD. Forensic audit and investigation practice one has to develop. Due diligence is not the job of only the audit big four or the advocates. Due diligence, chartered accountant can do it better way, properly. Transfer pricing, business valuations, online accounting. Too much online accounting job is now flowing to India. But other than non-chartered accountants are doing in a big way the job without much value addition. They just enter the data and give it back to send it back to the US. But if chartered accountants are involved, but this is very lucrative practice. In Bombay also, in Baroda also, city like us, there are so many non-chartered accountants are doing this job. But if chartered accountant will understand the IT platform properly, then nothing better than chartered accountant can do it. So these are the specialized service. Why I should learn new ABCD, new technology? If you learn this new technology, then you will have the opportunity to venture into this new area successfully, and then 100% you can dream your own Mercedes in 2025. That's what my point. This is what we are chartered accountants. So many of us have that air in the mind that I'm chartered accountant. Why I should now learn more? I am comfortable with my own practice. But this is the new ABCD of the chartered accountants practice, my dear friends, where these are the courses available. CA plus. Now we have to understand this CA plus. One who will really, I've reached to their mind and heart today. And if any one of this particular course is fit into your future objective, fit into your vision 2025, then please immediately enroll today after this session. Anti-money laundering course, certificate course is available. ADR, alternate dispute resolution mechanism, where you can become the arbitrator, where you can become the expert witness. Very, very lucrative job, very, very white collar job, ADR. But we chartered accountants have not been able to venture. We have met Not we. Entire world has made that this arbitration is a lawyer and advocate job. No, arbitration is not the only job and cup of tea of the lawyer. Arbitration is equally comparable job which chartered accountant can do. I think even better than the uh, uh, any of the advocates, because in any of the arbitration, ultimately the loss of profit, the calculation, loss of damage is coming into play ultimately at the time of award, and that is being calculated and done by the chartered accountant better than anyone else. Business finance course, CISA, CFE, chartered financial certified financial fraud examiner, derivatives, forensic audit, FACT for treasury. So I GST, G for GST, I for ISA, insurance and risk management, international taxes and international trade law, IFRS, Ind. So there are so many courses available, so many avenues available for the chartered accountant, my dear friends. If one has real, the vision to grow in 2025, so you must have vision of farm level. Sorry, it is TNT I have written, but you must have your farm level vision. You must have your individual level vision, and you will, after that vision, you will decide that which service area, which new a of technology, and which new a of the service I have to start with, because this is what we are discussing and topic discussing. For which reason, in many of us chartered accountants offices, my top line 80% is from audit and assurance and tax, and 20% from consultancy. If you go to big four, it is absolutely reverse. 20% is from audit assurance and tax, and 80% from consultancy. If anyone has that kind of, the business plan, we are good at the business plan for the clients, but do we have our own business plan? Do we have our own 5 years projection of our own this thing? Because we have a chartered accountant. As a chartered accountant, we have so many consultants. Forget about business. We have so many consultants as our clients, be it doctor, be it engineer, be it architect, be it law professionals. My dear friends, I'm sharing my own experience in our own firm, and which is also equally fact with every one of us. The last 5 years comparison of your own client who are consultant in law, consultants in medicine field, consultant engineering field, and see that top line and bottom line of last 5 years, and see top line and bottom line of our own office in last 5 years. And then you will understand what I am talking about, where we are. Every other profession, every other consultants are growing with the client, growing with the business, growing with the world as fast as world is moving ahead, and we are not. So that is why this new the topic is important, that we have to understand this topic properly. Nothing difficult, my dear friends. Already we'll have some discussion, some exchange of ideas also at the end. So I will end with the last slide, that believe in yourself, use this COVID-19 period as the best period of your life, and register for the courses. Convert these challenges into opportunity. This is a challenge, but then we can convert into opportunity. We chartered accountants are known for the hard working, but time has gone when we have to do only hard work. We chartered accountant also have to do the smart work. Smart working is the way of chartered accountant's life. And the last and most important concept is, this is not so difficult. Not so difficult for even we are 2G chartered accountant like me. Those who are 3G and 4G, it is very easy. 1 degree more attitude. Whatever we are doing, whatever level we are doing, whatever area of practice we are having, whatever top line we are having, just by adding 1% extra efforts than what you are doing today, my dear friend, believe me, by 2025 you will be having your 3 times, 4 times in the top line as concerned. If your top line is 100 today, your top line will be 500 in 2025 if you understand this technique and the attitude of 1 degree more. I'll explain you just in a minute, then you will understand rather than talking. We understand this topic since 8th standard, but then we forgot the science. So today I'm reminding you science. When the water was boiled at 95 degree, 96 degree, 97 degree, 98 degree, it was boiling water, boiling water, boiling water. Further 98, 99, boiling water. When it was further boiled by just putting extra effort, and when it reaches 100, it becomes a vapor. it becomes the steam, right? 99-degree boiled water do not have capacity to carry the load of train. And you know, that steam, that vapor has all the capacity to carry the load of engine just by putting 1% extra. My dear friend, in 2025, you will have 5 times multiplied by 5 times in your top line. It is up to you to decide today by this particular discussion of the experience which I have said, the vision with which we have started working in our office and our individual level. I have shared with you. Thank you very much to the organizers for giving me an opportunity, and I'm really happy that almost 100 participants were there throughout. And really, I'm thank you for the Abhishek and the Viraj for organizing the topic on this different level in different subject. Thank you very much. And now we can, with the permission of the organizer, we can have the open discussion for 5-10 minutes, whatever time available. Thank you so much.
Sure,
Yes,
sir.
sir. We have time, sir. Yes.
Anyone can share their experience. We have a senior with us also. दादाजी भी है. Sir, आप भी कुछ आपका experience share कर सकते हैं with the participant. Any participants who have already into this venture, already into the any area and are putting artificial intelligence, or those who have done the blockchain, that 5 days executive course of ICI, can share their experiences.
So there are few questions in the question tab.
Okay.
मेरा
Okay.
कॉल भी बाकी है अभी.
Sir, can you please suggest some good course on forensic audit?
Forensic audit, sir, our institute itself has a course. And then, if you wanted to make this as a career, then Certified Fraud Examiner, CFE, is the best course. Our institute course is certificate course. That also gives us a very good understanding of the subject. And then go for CFE. Yes, sir. Anybody else? How AI can be used in our profession? Artificial intelligence, as I told you, Pankaj and Pankaj, artificial intelligence is the computer based technique by which we human only have to give them the program. Programming is done by the human only. So now we have to also involve and use this programming level if we can. If not, then use the artificial tool as a to analyze the techniques, to analyze the big volume data. Big volume data can be analyzed by artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, we don't have the time today. Otherwise, Internet of Things, IoT. IoT is what? IoT is way of tomorrow's life. Through IoT, our bean card system, our reorder leveling system, our maximum order leveling system, everything is going to be the history in the books of the study book. Otherwise, with the use of artificial intelligence, chartered accountants as an internal auditor or those who are working in industry has to set the level, and then automatically, from the stores level, stores ledger, automatically order will be placed. No Indian will be raised from the freeze itself, from the household level. Household level, if you have your own refrigerator, and refrigerator, you set the program that I have 4 eggs to be there kept in my fridge every time, and as soon as your eggs quantity reduce 4, it will automatically order to demand where you are linked up, and demand will deliver eggs to you. That is what is artificial intelligence at household level. And at the industry level, it can be used for the maximum level at the stores management. Yes, sir. Is there any accounting application on blockchain? No, there is no accounting application on blockchain. It's a application itself. How mid-sized firm can adopt ABCD technology in day-to-day practice? Very good subject. Very good question by Pankaj again. Pankaj Patil. How mid-sized firm? That's what I told in the beginning. That I am talking to you from mid-sized level only. Don't have the math. Don't have the fear. Don't have this. That this is not how I can do that. This Big Four can do it. No. Artificial intelligence you can start understanding today, and tomorrow when your client will be there, when client also is growing in a different way, blockchain client also will be there in different way. Demand, as I told you, the multinational company will come to India. They are looking at Indian chartered accountants to audit their transaction which are in the blockchain, but we are not equipped with. They have a basic understanding. And see, cybersecurity, as I told you, it is applicable for even smallest of the small single proprietorship firm. When you are doing bank audit, when you are doing tax audit of the fairly large size firm. And data analysis is the way of life. Excel-based programming can be done, and if you can do the data analysis, and if you apply the same technique, you can come to know that with this particular phone number, 5 parties are having same address. That gives you red signal. That gives you red flag. You can give validation to your client as a very simple 50 crore turnover company, whereby some 25 crore is being purchased from this 6 party, and all parties are one. It's a red flag. So it's not that forensic is only to be done by the big firm. In small firm also, this kind of things you can. I agree that when you will come out with this kind of red flag, your audit will go. Doesn't make any difference to you. But then let it be. Data science is the part of data analysis. Yes. Sir, how was CA stands competing against the professional data analyst? No, we are not here to compete. That's what my professional data analysts are learning. I have told you, professional data learning the debit and credit. They are learning the GST. Those who have smallest of the small experience of their own clients when the GST was implemented, I mean the GST was came, even in Tele, even in the SAP, the professionals, IT professionals had a discussion with you, and then they have programmed their, GST of different level, 4% and 5%, 0 level, 12%, 18%, IST, everything is there. So they also learn. So my point is, we have to learn. We have not to compete with the professional data analysts. Let them do their job. We should learn basics of the professional data analyst, and then if that is being learned, we can develop the tool. And if that is being learned, definitely we can apply the techniques properly. That's what my point. Then can you please suggest some good course to learn forensic audit? I have already told it is our own institute's FAFD course. It is online now. Online started. Sorry to again inform you that online forensic audit course have been started, and if vacancy is available, you can enroll, or otherwise they said another course is also going to be launched soon online, every day 3 hours, and you can use this lockdown period.
So, sir, one person has asked one question in group.
Tell me.
Hello. That is regarding your last slide, anti-money laundering and business finance, CISA. These courses you have mentioned in last slide. So, from where we can pursue for this course?
These are all our institute course, sir. That is what, we are unfortunately not aware. That is why I also thank you to Abhishek and Virag that I also have to do some R&D, and I also came to know these are the courses offered by our own Institute of Chartered Accountants of India.
Okay.
And we have to just go to the institute website, enroll. Nowadays, online courses have been started. If not, then you go for the next batch.
Yeah, many other courses also started by the institute.
Regarding blockchain,
there are many other courses also started by the institute online, like financial planning and other courses also.
Now, sir, post-COVID, we are not going to have the physical classroom training and conference seminar. So believe me, in next 10 to 15 days, each and every certificate course or even diploma on the international tax and diploma in this and that, everything has to be online in time to come.
Right.
But go to institute website. I have made a mention of few. There are so many other courses available of our own institute. Certificate course, and diploma course. 2 types of courses, right?
Yes, sir.
Anybody
So
wanted
now
to share
we
their
can.
experience?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Sir,
Abhishek,
all
and
are
thank you, Viraj,
excited
and thank you,
about
Manish.
your wonderful presentation, sir. Sir, they are requesting your presentation to be sent.
I'll send you immediately after this to Viraj, my PPT,
Yes,
right?
thank you, sir. Thank you so
And
much, sir.
only request is if you get some assignment from that PPT, please share 20% to this group for the knowledge enhancement only. Royalty to group, not to
Thank
me.
you very much, sir. So, sir, on
By which
behalf of me and Virag, sir, I want to say a big thank you to you because, as you rightly mentioned, that you have spent very much time on this presentation and you did some kind of research on this presentation and you have shared your wide level of experience. So, I really want to say thank you very much, sir, on behalf of me and Virag, and on behalf of all the participation. So, thank you, sir.
thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you
All
so
the
much,
best.
sir.
All the best.
And
Take care.
thank you all the
Take care.
participants for exciting participation. And we are
Thank
ending
you very
webinar
much.
right away here. Thank you all.
Thank
Bye.
you, sir.
Good. Take care. Take care.
Okay, sir. So